Talk, and I am, well, I decided to stream for a bit, even though I've been working on this uh, couple of things, trying to work on a couple of different functionalities, trying to get UI stuff plugged in. Like, so I spoke to Bo. That's his username, Bo. Just Beeeeoo. I don't know how many of each there is, but there's a lot. He is one of the developers on a game called Super Tiny Football. You should check it out. It's on the Android OS, and I don't know if they're doing a Steam version of it or not. I should probably look, but I don't think it's gone to full release yet, but it's in beta. It's a little bit like Retro Bowl. If you've ever seen Retro Bowl on Android, it's a 8-bit game. A little bit like that. The design is similar as far as how it functions, but it's not 8-bit. It's more modern 3D graphics, a little bit more so. It's a pretty cool game. You should check it out. Anyway, I can always count on him to try to get me back on the right track. He says, "I've always given you unsolicited advice." It's like, well, that's great. Advice is advice. They're much further along in their football game development than I am in mine. And at first, I was like, "Oh no, someone's developing a football game, and their game's nothing like mine." So we're in different genres. I mean, well, we've got the same genre, but the niche is different, right? So I'm kind of more simulation management. Theirs is more play, simple play. What do you call it? Less management. Let's just put it that way. It's just meant to be a kind of basic management, card collecting, a lot like a few of the different games out there, like a little bit like Retro Bowl. I don't know how far it goes as far as the depth of the actual management goes, but it's a pretty cool little game. I really like their graphics on their game. It's done well. But anyway, as I talk to him, I'm telling him about what I'm working on. He says, "You really got to just try to get your end to end going." I'm like, I know, but I get caught up in the minutia and the little things that need to get done as well. All these things start giving your game a little bit more body, right? A little bit more functional purpose in life. But I get it. I should probably spend a little less time on those items as I keep adding more and more stuff. Like I want to have an update page and things like that are going to feed and take in data. And I haven't got them. The code to plugging them in, and update page is like, what's the newest thing I've put in? For like when I give an APK out to be distributed so people can play with it, what did I add in APK 1.0 and APK 1.5? What's the new stuff? What can you expect to see? So I thought, well, I just do a little update page that whenever I make updates, I just add them into this log, and the update page will show the latest based on when the last time you logged in or the last time you uploaded an APK. I do think it's kind of cool. Apparently, I didn't know this. You can download straight from. You can set up testing APKs or testing games straight in the Google Play Store. I didn't know that. I kind of thought you kind of had it near releasable, but apparently there's different stages of release, and you can have them locked, and you can give them codes, and people can download them, and they can be brought into their game. So I may have to look at using the Google UI for that. That would be pretty slick. So this way I can upload and just create new APKs and make them available to people as I go. But that said, so I try to run this. I may have to restart. For some reason, the last couple times I've tried to run this, it doesn't seem to be very responsive. Okay. Let's go over to my simulator. Go to simulator. Well, I'm trying to get this guy to load. And the problem I'm having is I'm going to have to create. See, for example, I should not have. Like, I don't have any users, so how come this is proving to be valid? I deleted all the users in my system. I wanted to rebuild them and start from scratch because I think I had a invalid data. So I dumped all the players, and apparently it didn't reset them. So let's go here. Um, Go to Copilot here. Gonna fix that. So let's start with a new thing here. We're gonna go to. I gotta stop all these guys. There a. Hmm. That, I mean, I guess there is the old just shut off Visual Studio. I mean, there's that, but I don't know if such a thing exists. You can terminate task command, stop running task. The command allows you to select and terminate specific tasks or all running tasks. Oh, really? See, uh, all running tasks. Did it do it? Oh, oh, okay. I guess that works. I didn't think just delete all the tasks, which that's all it did. That's what you're gonna do. I could have done that. So, there was no real reason for that was more simplistic than I actually expected it to be. Okay. So I'm kind of clean things up. I'm gonna have my system restart and recreate a bunch of its users so that I can basically reload. And I need to figure out how. I need a way, some kind of function, some sort of call I can make that will allow me to terminate a user cookie or invalidate a cookie. Because I need to be able to reset. I need to be able to reset my cookies on the back end. So I should probably change my title. Huh? So I have it set at 167 days. I think I'm off by a few days. I don't know if it's forward or back. I've just been using the same ones and trying to update as I go. It's been hit or miss, so I apologize if it looks like I'm not changing anything on my titles. I do have to put something in here. What can I put in that? Uh, I don't really have anything to show what I'm working on here. Put account panel. Hide the title screen again. This is what one of the UI elements I want and I'm going to try to make happen. I feel like I can do it. Is my pop-up screens that use scrolls. I am hoping Like, what? You go ahead. You can finish this statement. I'm hoping to be able to make it animated. I have this idea in my head that I think should be pretty easy to do. What I'm what I want to do is take the ends of my scroll, and so I want it to look like it opens. Whenever somebody opens a page or opens a button, it's going to open the open the open the scroll. I think that's going to look pretty cool. I think I have a plan, a strategy to make that work. I wish I could make it look better than I'm going to do because I don't know how to do it the other way, but we'll come up with something. I want to figure out how to get rid of this shadow. I want this shadow to go away because it's driving me bonkers. I'm almost thinking what I might do is try to cut this whole corner out, flip it over, and stick it over here. That's what I want to do. Just have no shadow. I don't want this shadow. I know it's not lighting, but it just looks bad. I don't like this shadow. It's causing me consternation. That's one of the things. I'm a little OCD. I was telling Bo that, and yeah, I definitely need to figure out how to look at things. And once I get something in my head that it's a problem, I have a hard time moving on from it. Just like opening the scrolls is going to be cool, but I'm still working the game plan thing. I'm still working on, but the problem is I ran into issues that I need to correct my users. Like I have it calling back, but it's not finding the game plan because the user is no longer valid because I've reset the back end enough times and it was holding the cookie. It's a whole thing. So I got to get it to correct that stuff. Because I can't have it. Well, so one of the things BO is asking me is, do I have an end-to-end process going yet? You know, where the game you can start a game and run a game, even if it's not fully functional. Can you run through? And I said, well, to get end to end, the first thing I need to do is get from end to end of play. Because once I can get to end of play, I think it's going to be relatively simple to start the process of running through an entire game. A little concerned about how I'm going to do clocks. Well, I'm not concerned. I just have to do a clock because that's the one thing that's going to be managed by the host. The clock is managed by the host. So it runs and then sends back the current time when it requests the next play. So it's going to run, emulate the play, send back, hey, this is how much time is left, and then the back end will define that, send that and the current time to the other server. So the other one will kind of run, and they're going to go run their thing, but only the host team or host whatever is going to send back the game. So it doesn't even matter who the host is. It could be the home team. Ultimately, when someone starts it, it's just going to have a one setup is running and requesting the next play. And then it just prepares and sends it back. And then as each one requests their play, they just get it, process, that kind of thing. And so anyway, that's the strategy. I don't know. There's a few games I noticed that do football management that don't do multiplayer, but I guess a couple of them do. So it'll be interesting to see how mine compares to that once I actually get mine going. And I don't know, is my way going to be a good way or not? We'll find out. All right, so I should be prompted to relog in because I don't have any users. So let's going to see what happens with this cookie. If it loads now and it verifies and says, hey, you've got a valid cookie, then I'll know something's not working right because it should not see a valid cookie here. Yeah, see, it didn't. I'm supposed to be getting a blank here. Yeah, not what I wanted. All right, let's reset this. Gosh, I think I deleted all my. What's the system? Good. That system initialization. However, when I start up FPFM Unity application, now cookie. Oh, not cookie, token, sorry. Pause. Really no pause there. I really want to try. I really, 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 really want to try Cloud Code. I'm really feeling like that's the thing I want to try. A $20 a month option, but that's $240 a year. Well, it's $240 a year, and it's only 17. No, it's $200 a year because it's only $17 if you buy a year. Browser retains the cookie with the valid token even after you've deleted the users from the database. To fix this, you need to implement user distance validation during the token verification. Here's how you can modify authentication middleware. Okay, so what? Yeah. I'm trying to think if there is a way I think if there is a way to set up slash block slash, I don't know, have, I can solve this problem. I don't know if I want to just check for users. You can implement a more robust solution by adding a token blacklist or incrementing a user version number that gets embedded in the Druid token. Oh, okay. I like the version number. Then modify your Druid token generation to include the token version. Generate Druid token. And I did notice my teams, what the heck is the deal with my teams? It loaded up a bunch of wrong teams. I don't know what it was doing. So it's like my init, my system init loaded up weird team names. Like it was made up teams, like the UI decided to make up its own teams. That was weird. Playbook? Game plan? Oh, there it is. User account C data. Okay, I don't know how I ended up with this weird. As I think about it, did I never create the actual, I may never have created my actual team. Huh. I'm starting to think I may never have actually created my team list. I may just be using dummy ones and never even occurred to me I hadn't uploaded my actual teams. So I may have to have this updated, my seed data to be updated to the actual team names. Now, I think maybe I haven't because I hadn't committed to some of those team names. Some of them I think I may still play with and change. But in the meantime, this way, when you rebuild user data, you can increment the token version for existing users or start fresh users with version 1, making all old tokens invalid. User data, you can increment the token version. Go ahead and implement. Token ID. Go ahead and implement. I think I should have built my teams back up, right? And that's all part of the whole. Oh, weird. Didn't build my teams data back up. Did my team. I used to. Hmm. 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 Oh, you know what? I don't know that I've actually added my. That's that's a thing. I don't think I actually added my system init to the startup process. You could do that, but in the meantime, FPFM go ms / init system. Wait. Oh, system init. Build up some valid data, shall we? New add a user account function. initialize. Like OpenDL, go ahead and implement the so can you add a user account function icon that will initialize deleting people. It should delete. I mean, there's only what kind of users? Only default users. Only there's going to come a point where I can't be deleting users. You know, that's just not gonna. It's not gonna fly. I don't want to be deleting users. That's just bad mojo-y. I mean, there's gonna come a time. But right now, it's probably not a big deal. You know, I could probably run for 6 more months, 8 more months, not have to worry about that. Clean fashion. Delete. Good. Auth table. What's this called? Users refresh. Auth users. Users. Making sure that users table. There it was. User. Associated. A message. Logging a message. Dating. Users merged. Invalid. Any user that does not have an associated team. Clear out any team that does not have an associated Any team that does not have an associated game plan. You know, looking at teams without game plans. I'm trying to. It shouldn't be a scenario where that exists. But I'm more concerned. I think maybe I shouldn't delete the teams because if something were to happen, a glitch that a game plan maybe doesn't connect a team, I don't want to whack it. I don't want to whack my users' teams. So what I might have to do is have a clean up the users table, making sure that all the users are actually valid. I just need a system, like a maintenance check or something, function that I can run that will initialize user. Not users. Users? No, it's user account. User or I don't want to call. Do I want to call it system maintenance? We'll call it user. You know, user account. Yeah, user account maintenance. Let's do the following. One, clean up the users table, making sure that all the users are actually valid in the auth users collection. Clear out any user that does not have an associated team. Right. Let's actually do this. One, create a team for any user that does not have one associated. This function should exist. Function should exist already as it runs when a user is used this. This should not happen. But it is possible that teams could get nuked in the create a default game plan for all teams, for all user teams. And this exists already. Creation. Sure that element the user already has Gameplan associated. Should have one ish. Should have one game plan for 15. Each game can have game plans associated. They should have one game plan. How many teams without a game plan could sign and only when the users yes, yes, in quantity and creating with the number of both users 15 plans. Blah, 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 blah. A user account. So okay, well, that'll be a big one. Put it to work. So, using all these tools, like I said, I'm thinking I'd really like to try out Claude. Claude Code is the one I'm thinking. I like Cursor, but Cursor's pricing is weird. And I think I'm going to have two is what's going to happen here. So what I need to do is figure out a way to make some money. So, hey guys, go back me on Kickstarter. I need to get to the minimum. The minimum, that's you got 3 weeks. The minimum is only 500. If you're interested in seeing this game come to life, I need your help, man. I need to do something so I can get the necessary tools. I'd like to get Cursor. I'd like to be able to connect to some of these AI. Yes, I know it's AI. If you hate AI, I can't expect you to back me on this, but I need some AI image generation and model generation to support some of the things I'm working on. There's some tools I'd like to get that would help with my modeling. I know there's Blender, but there's also other things that can do some AI related stuff. Yeah, I got a number of things that need to be done, and I'd really appreciate any assistance you can help with backing that up. I know we're still early stages, and everybody's like, well, let's see where we're going with this. But if you see it, I appreciate it if you're up for that. Currently, I'm at 0. So you be the first. Go be the first. Don't you get the privilege of being the first? I should put like some kind of first backer deal. first first backer option at each number. Like, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I don't know. I'm impressed by people who can get that stuff going. This is the so people are liking. Have you seen people are liking the new Superman, or at least it's not technically out, so it's probably reviewers and all those folks that are going. So here we go. The big 0, $500, man. All I need is $500. I should have a discussion about this of an UI discussion. So why is it so hard to get this stuff going? I don't know. Is it a really terrible campaign? Does it really look that bad? I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I don't have a lot going on. It'd probably be good if I had some football players and stuff. But we're still early stages, man. I haven't been able to get that. So I'm pushing and pushing and pushing. I got to try again. I'll probably kick another Kickstarter off almost immediately. I hate the idea of having a bunch of failed ones though, because it doesn't look great to have a bunch of failed Kickstarters. But what can I say, man? Just got to keep trying. I tried 2 Indiegogos, they failed just as bad. So whatever it is that somebody knows the magic soy sauce to getting a 500, I mean, that's not even enough to do much, right? It's not going to support me by any means, but it does allow me to buy some tools and keep stuff going without actually taking money out of our small source of resources. It does allow me to just kind of keep funding at least the little things that are needed for this project, that to make things a little easier. It's not like I'm going to stop doing it. It's just being able to make things easier with some of the tools that are available would be awesome. Anyway, that's my shield. Probably keep shilling every now and then. So where should we go with that, huh? 24 days to go. Yeah. It's so hard. But hey, we'll keep trucking. We'll keep on trucking and see where we're at. So I put AI to work to help me kind of make some key. I was thinking about doing. I know I'm jumping all over the place. Sorry about that. I need some key elements to make sure that when I delete it, if I delete users in the back end, that they can't still log in on the front end, or that the cookies become invalid. So that I need to have the cookies invalidate so that I can rebuild the user. But it doesn't do that right now. So when I open up Unity, it runs like everything's good, but of course nothing loads because nothing links to anything. It's like just airing out, saying, well, I can't find this user, I can't find this thing, or whatever. It's like, because they don't exist, because you didn't let me log them back in, and my logout button doesn't work. The logout button doesn't do anything except delete the cookie, really. That's all it does. And then when a user tries to do anything, it'll kick them back to the what do you call it? The user state, back to the login state, rewrit. Now, logging out doesn't require registering again, but it does require logging back in. Unless the account doesn't exist, but that's only going to happen in this early stages world. So I was asking AI as to which managers out there, football managers, actually support multiplayer. And I guess front office football does in some way, but I wasn't sure how. It's kind of interesting how it does it. Now, I'm a little concerned. I want to provide a way, or at least come up with a cheap way to keep my game running. I don't want to kill my game. I hope I would never have to. But you got to be able to do things on the cheap in a way that, nah. Okay, so companies have game, so you have 20,000 people play a game, right? Say they're playing it. And you only have maybe 500, 600 people playing the game regularly. Even after a while, you may only have a few hundred, right? Maybe you still have 10,000 people who play it, but they don't play it all the time. They just want to come back to it and play every now and then. And you consistently have only a couple hundred people. It's not enough to keep your business going. Well, in my case, that would keep me going, right? Because it's one person business. But some of these big companies, a couple hundred people running their game, that's not enough to sustain, right? So they close the game down, shut it down, make it impossible for people to play it anymore. I feel like if you're down to that stage of existence, to say you're no longer supporting it, there are cheap ways to keep it going, to keep your gamers happy. You just let them know if this game is no longer being supported, and it's just we are sending it to our offline servers, or to our, not our offline servers, but to our unsupported servers. Something, just to put the game out there and say, hey, it's out there, it's running, it's still doing its thing, but there's no more support for the game. And then people can play it until they're not tired of playing until it dies completely. But I don't think it's that expensive to run very few contact points, especially for companies that are pretty big, and the amount of money they're burning to keep those customers happy. And besides, a lot of those games have, especially the ones that have microtransactions, right? There's a good chance you're still getting some microtransaction money from those. So you set it up, you let them keep paying you to get whatever they want off the game as it is. I don't know. I feel like there's a way to do it. You just have to adjust your service plans down to a point where you're not paying that much for the amount of people using it. And or maybe, the thing is, these companies are so protective of their code, right? They don't want to say, well, we're going to sell it to so and so to support it. Well, then basically you're giving them your stuff, right? So your IP is now in the hands of some stranger company, and you don't want to really do that. Maybe you're using it, or maybe you don't want them to see your source code. I don't know what they're protecting, but there's always something, right? Well, it's doing a lot of stuff, for sure. So it did update the proto. That's good. Sometimes it doesn't like to update the proto. So this is Claude Sonnet 4. I have not tried to use Claude Opus. Heard it's good. I don't want to use it too much, even if I get the $20 service, because it would suck up all my usages. apparently it's a pretty significant sucker of usage. Usage sucker. I don't know. What the heck? Oh, yeesh. Let's see if I can. Oh, Saturday, July 26th. A friend of mine just sent me a thing about, heck, about an upcoming game swap. So I got myself distracted and now I gotta do this dang thing. All right, I'm coming. Just ignore me. Hold on. Don't ignore me. Just give me a second. Got All right, sorry about that. I just needed to send that reply and let my distracted self be. Renton, holy moly. Online board game flea market. BG Flea, online board game flea market. Far away. Okay, back to it. Okay, so wait. Okay, so let's see how we got here. Are we still cranking away? Come on, AI, catch up. Give it big tasks and it goes all nuts so crap. So you can't actually do anything yet. All right, so what I'm trying to do is get it to be smarter about how users log in, log out. And right now it's not very smart about it. So I'm trying to fix that. I need my users in my system to be valid because when I go try to run things and the user's been deleted and he's still showing up as logged in, I can't actually prove that anything works because nothing logs in. Right now, I don't even know how it was loading. Oh, because before it wasn't even caring about users. There's no user linked data. That's another thing. I need to start assigning user plays to players. Because the available plays right now, I'm loading up every play I've created in the available plays. That's not how it's going to work. Players are actually going to have available plays that are actually assigned to the user. So the user will get plays, and those become their available plays. And then, of course, there are system plays, and of course, anything they add to their playbook. But their available plays go into their playbook. So every playbook is going to have X amount of plays by default. So what they'll have is their first set of plays will go into their playbook. They'll just exist. So there is always going to be a certain number of plays available to every team. One of everything. That's all it is. One of everything is the default. One kick, field goal kick, a kickoff, onside kick, an extra point, a run right, run middle, run left, run medium, run or pass medium, pass long, pass short, pass screen, and pass long. And then defensively, there'll probably be even less plays. It doesn't need to have everything. You're going to have a kickoff defense, punt defense, field goal defense. Extra point defense is basically just a field goal, so you'll just run that because it'd be like field goal extra point. You'll just use the same defense, right? Because that's all it is. And then it'll give you like maybe some variations of maybe a short yardage defense, a zone defense, a man defense. The thing is, there's zone and man defense, by the way, are not, they're not all or nothings, right? A man-to-man defense may have man-to-man coverage, but you can have a man-to-man coverage that's got 4 guys going man-to-man. You can have a man-to-man coverage that's got 1 guy or 2 guys or whatever going man-to-man. So man-to-man coverage is, it's not really whatever. You may have one that's got a lot of man-to-man, and you've got some that are just zone, where most players are zone, and there's no, so there's a lot of mixes. And then blitz is the same way, right? Sometimes you blitz your corners or a corner blitz. Sometimes it's an in blitz. Sometimes it's an all-out blitz. You got all these different blitzes that can be. And you can have a blitz and a man defense. Because you may have one guy going man, one guy blitzing, and the rest of everybody doing zone. And so there's so many combinations of what can be happening on the field. And so it's defenses are interesting. So I just want to give people a little bit of variety to start so that it covers the basics. Like maybe a prevent defense, a short yardage defense, maybe I don't know, an all pass defense. That's just like medium, everybody's zone, all man, all out blitz, that kind of thing. Just give out 4 or 5 options that is just all or nothings and some middles. And then it can be called so that you can actually put these kind of plays into your game plans. So once I have the basic game plan set up, I can actually have players have, those are the plays that they get to start. That's just what they have. And then I'll start playing with the functionality of giving people plays and allowing them to put plays in and swap out default plays. Some plays will have to be locked, like field goals, and certain things will just be, you can't take them out of your game plan because they have to exist. If you want to, you might be able to fiddle with like fake field goals and other types of things, which case that's different. You may get a fake field goal option. Maybe you don't have one right away, but you can eventually get one. Here's a thought. Would you like to be able to pick your plays? Like maybe certain plays are given to you, but maybe you can earn play knowledge or play calling knowledge or something, kind of like a experience for your coaches or for you, that once you hit certain levels, you can go pick another play. You can pick a play from, maybe a random set. Maybe every now and then you get 3 or 4 plays you can pick from. When you meet certain, it just gives you some random options, and you pick one you want, and that's a new play that goes into your playbook options. Let me regenerate the protobuf file. Let's go see what it did. I know it was adding this token version. got 23 changes. Okay, so this shows 23 changes, but it's not 23 changes. It's just that it's deleting all these lines and putting in this line. That's really all it's changing. Look, it's still ID, email, username, birthday, backer code. It's all the same stuff, but for some bizarre reason, it's not just putting in token version. It's deleting all these, adding these, making it into a 23 line change, and that's it. It's really just a 1-line change. It's just inserting this. I don't know what the heck that's all about, but okay. Now this has got a lot more, but it still says 4 of 22. It's really not doing that much. Extract user ID from token, validate token with version, generate token. All right, so make a couple of different changes. All right. And then we have whatever this is, service.go. That doesn't look like a compiling piece of code there. Changing the what the heck? That's a weird way to do that. Why is it doing it that way? That is weird. I don't like that. That's like, all right, that's broken. CSS is CO, and then it goes to hub. Like it put this in totally the wrong spot. It's like supposed to be github.com. I don't know what that is, but that definitely is not right. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Create user struct. I'm dumping that. I don't know what that is, but that's just broken. Oh, I don't know what that is. Okay, so we're going to go off client. We'll keep that one. Then what else we got? 15 because it's changing a bunch of stuff in one place. That wasn't 15. That was like 6. I don't understand its counting skills here. Oh, token version. All right, that's fine. Now we have this generate token, which is going to change things up a little bit. Comment, that's fine. Signatures. Right. More comment. Check if user still exists. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Framework key because we're adding an extra value. Right. We definitely got to update the proto. Maintenance. Token version. You got to keep an eye out for things like that weird broken piece, and maybe it'll have to rebuild that. But that was totally messed up. See, this is like creating stuff that doesn't account. One function. Added functions don't bother me as much. It's like removed or edited functions that bothers me. What? All that is? One more. This is brand new file, so I'm going to let it keep that one. Maintenance service. Go. Wait. Run that. Usually it messes up on these. For some reason that doesn't work. follows the wrong path or whatever it's doing. It gets confused. It's like, oh, that's not the right file. So I am going to go up here. Here and dump this. FPFM, go in and force that. Should probably do is hit save on all this stuff. Has dependency issues. Let me try a different approach. All right. Let's run this. Oh, that's not going to work. That's not even a valid run. Go away. It's supposed to be make gen. I was supposed to type make gen. Make gen. Let's see how broken it is. He didn't do much, so it should be all right. I already ran the make gen photo. And continue. Okay, well, that's an hour. I'm going to take a break till I come back. God bless.